So why don't we start with your reaction to the mayor's letter and his veto on that project? What are your thoughts there?
Sure. I was a little surprised that he would veto that one, considering it had such strong support at the council level. And certainly the vetoing in general is a new concept for us here in terms of our budget process and the mayor having strong mayor powers. So I was a little surprised that he would take it to the extent that he did. Given that it's the first time that he's exercised his authority in that way, and considering that when this term started, those powers didn't exist. So in terms of identifying key projects that he was going to veto, I'm somewhat shocked that it would go to the extent that he did in terms of picking apart 3 particularly significant projects.
And why are you in favor of the project going into the 2026 budget?
Well, certainly a conversation over the last 5 to 6 years at council has centered around the need for an indoor sports and rec facility. And in fact, it's gone back a lot further than that. So it's not like this is a new idea. It just seems that, like with a lot of master plans in this community, there's a lot of early talk, head nodding, yes, this is a good idea, yes, this is a need. And I'm 3 terms into it, and I can honestly say that not a lot gets done in terms of that. We have master plans that sit on shelves, and I'm quite frustrated about that. Where it comes to economic growth and stability for our infrastructure, I think we need to make key strategic investments in our community.
Your thoughts on wanting to keep the city, the mayor that is, debt-free and making decisions to not take on debt as a result. Are you in favor of that position, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's the driver for some of these conversations, and I asked the question out loud at the last meeting. What's the difference between today and January, when we achieve this magical number of 0 on a piece of paper? Look, we have borrowing capacity for a reason, and I've been in independent business since I graduated from college in 2000, and I know that sometimes you need to take on a little bit of debt. It's not about overwhelming your books with unnecessary debt, but when you take strategic steps to invest in new capital, not operations, new ideas that will spur further investment and growth, that will return its investment back to you in the community that you live in.